Malaysian 370, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.9. Good night.
Good night, Malaysian 370.
Breaking news tonight, a Malaysia Airlines flight with 239 people on board, including 4 Americans, has gone missing.
From the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
What's up, chat? How we doing? How we doing tonight? What's going on? Science, folks. Science. Let's do it. Saw the news. Not gonna lie to you guys, took me a lot longer to do that Game of Thrones thing than I was hoping for, but I learned a lot. Took me like 2 hours just to add the text to that. Man, brutal. I added it in 3D and it didn't work right. I had to redo it like 3 times, but I'm learning. Kind of need some smaller headphones, huh? Whatever, just deal with it. Okay, so you guys saw the, first of all, hello, Staycation JG, looking for truth, Jess, Banner, Aaron, Paul, Pamela, His Highness, KA, Nancy, CJDV, Professor J, welcome everybody, Happy New Year, 2024, we're drinking, might be getting addicted to alcohol. I ran out of olives, so it's just vodka. Yikes. Anyway, it's late. It's okay. I can drink right now. We got work to do tonight. We gotta do work, folks. We got Tim Pool coming up on Friday with Dave Rossi. It's gonna be a big one. We gotta be ready. We have got to be ready. We're only gonna have about 2 hours. I was looking at some of the other ones, so we're gonna have to pare this down a little bit. We're gonna have to be prepared. Yeah, there is vermouth in this, actually. Good question, Aaron. Good question. No, you don't need to retract that. It's true. There is vermouth. Dry vermouth. Okay. Somebody sent me another patent. Did I save that? Where'd I put that other patent? Also, we might have to look into Pine Gap. Man, I got a lot of stuff up. Should probably address some of the evidence I've got up before it like crashes and I lose it all again like I did last time. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you guys appreciated my Game of Thrones meme that I put out there. I'm probably going to edit another one that has the "You chose violence." That's what made me think of it. You chose violence. What are our goals for the new year? Good question. Get the truth. Get the truth from the government. We know they're lying about MH370. That is very obvious. Question is, how do we get them to tell the truth? How do we get them to tell the truth? So tonight, we're going to try to update the all evidence. We've been pushing it off. Night vision can turn stuff into light. We need that. What was the name of that camera? Shit, man. I didn't save any of this stuff. Probably find it. Oh, I didn't. Let me change the scene up. WF's probably not involved. Question, do they know? I'm not sure, but they're probably not directly involved, no. Okay. Jesus, man. Where is it? Isaac Asimov.
In terms of communication satellites and optical fibers. And I imagine that more and more we'll be using laser beams for communicating rather than either electrical currents or radio waves. And it will then be possible to have millions, literally millions, of times as many messages carried on a wire or on a beam as we now can, so that everyone can possibly have their own television channel, the way we all now have our own telephone numbers. And
wow, yeah. Where's the nighttime, daytime video? There it is. What was it called? CNX Nightwave. If you think there's anything I need to add onto the evidence, please let me know. Oh, I need to post the Schizotopia. Ooh, we need to FOIA the audio from the planes. Apparently Richard Doty, I don't know how you say his name. Apparently he was in a space. Somebody asked about this, and that's what he said. FOIA the audio from the airplanes. It makes sense, right? FOIA the audio from the Air Force and from the Navy. No, I haven't seen more of the lunar wave stuff. I just need somebody to explain it to me. Without being synthetic moon or something like that. I need something a little bit more rational. You guys know I'm not that deep into conspiracies yet. I say yet. Okay, how do we FOIA these guys? We're gonna FOIA the... No, we can't FOIA the phones, I don't think. FOIA whose phones? There it is. We'll leave organization blank. Fill this out later. Give me a sec. Call sign 20 and call sign 25. I'm gonna read it to you guys. What's up, everybody? What's up, James? What's up, Sandy? Air Force planes NOMAX or NOMAX call signs 20 and 25 from Alice Springs, Australia, Pine Gap base. What do we do here? I feel like these call signs aren't going to mean anything. NOMAX. NOMAX flight suits? Doesn't sound right. We're gonna... AWACS and the Air Force and this might be Navy. Radio and audio communication. Seems good, right? FOIA the call signs. Seems good, right? We're FOIAing the Air Force. Hey, thanks, Bernie. Yeah, it's been in the works for a little while, but we finally can announce it. I think we've got everything locked away. There's nothing that can stop it. So, yeah, the Tim Pool thing was really big. Got Dave Rossi coming with me to help explain the science. Yeah, I gotta take care of my email as well. I'll do that now. I hit the capacity. People are spamming my inbox full of stuff. Let me see what we got. Yeah, it looks like I hit the capacity several days ago. Sucks. People are sending me like huge PDFs, man. You guys gotta not spam me with like huge PDFs, man. I feel bad, man. A lot of people like send me their phone numbers, want me to call them and have conversations with them. I don't have time for that. I don't even have time for the stuff I need to do. I don't even know how to clean up my inbox. Yeah, I'm way over. I don't know how to clean it up. I don't know what to deal with this later, I guess. You'd think there's a way to do this easily, but there's not. More. Archive, spam, all mail. Yeah. Bob Lazar talking about time bubble. Yeah, it's like 20 gigs. Oh, no. That's not what I want to do. Shit. I think I just deleted an email I didn't want to delete. Yep. Christ. Accretion disk. Let me see here. Can I empty trash? I don't know how this thing works, man. Why does it not remove any of my stuff? This is why my box is full, because I don't know how to empty my trash. That's the problem. So what's the deal here, man? Empty the trash. What the? Empty trash, man. It's just not even deleting them. Okay, now my inbox is not full anymore. That's the reason why. Wow, okay. You guys can email me again. No wonder. I'm 150 emails behind and people haven't been able to email me though. Let me see what we got going on here, guys. I don't know what Tim Pool is going to discuss, but I highly doubt it's debunks. Highly doubt it. Be kind of a waste of time to just sit there and talk about debunks, right? Let's be honest, man. Like, what other topics are people trying to debunk them? Like, people are coming on talking about psychic readings and stuff. Do people try to debunk them? No, man. Let's be honest, guys. Like, people are still talking about 9/11 conspiracies everywhere, right? Those have also been debunked a million times, but people still talk about them. People don't sit there and try to debunk every 9/11 conspiracy, right? There's something else going on here with this. There's clearly something going on with this, guys. And I really don't want to give Reddit any more attention than it deserves, which is none whatsoever, but the subreddit around this topic is 100% controlled. However, whoever it's controlled by, the debunkers, spooks, government agents, whatever. The reason why I know that is because I've blocked probably over 250 accounts. And every single topic I go to look at there, like more than half, if not 75% of the accounts that I see replying are blocked. But I go anywhere else to I go to conspiracy subreddits, I go to UFO subreddits. I don't find any of those accounts. They're only in that one subreddit, which goes to show you that it's a coordinated effort to get people to stop talking about the case. And they're constantly trying to use disinformation and tell people that things have been debunked and they shouldn't talk about it. Not just that, they reply like within seconds to people. Like they're sitting there monitoring it, waiting for people to respond. You go to the conspiracy subreddit, start talking about 9/11 conspiracies, you don't see 50 accounts sitting there telling them it's fake. This is an extremely coordinated effort to get us to stop talking about the videos. And some people even notice it. They even notice it, man. They're like, hey, the reason why I believe in these videos is because people are sitting here trying to tell me not to look into it, which is true. It's very true. Other conspiracies, you don't have this many people irrationally upset, right? The amount of people irrationally upset by this makes no sense. I've even got people now making what they're claiming to be parody accounts, but they're not parody accounts, they're just hate accounts, stalking me. Like, there's really two options. Either people are mentally ill and disturbed, which some of them are. Some of these debunkers are mentally ill and disturbed, and they need like actual psychological help. But there's another amount of them which is just, it's not organic, right? It's not organic at all. Give me 1 second. I'm putting in my private information here. Well, this is probably going to reveal my private information when I hit the next button. Yeah, I mean, the reason why they're so upset is also pretty obvious, right? Isn't it pretty obvious? Because the videos are real and it's breaking their minds. They look at it, when you look at something that's real, guys, like, you know. I've seen a lot of fake stuff in my life, right? I think a lot of us have, right? Even the debunkers look at it and they need to rationalize it away. Because if it's real, it means that their whole lives are a lie. Right? If these videos are real, it means a lot of people's whole lives have been a lie. It means everything they've believed in, everything they've ever debunked is probably a lie. Like, the thing about this, too, is that think about the implications of this. A lot of these debunkers out there have been debunking real videos, thinking that they're fake for years. Imagine Mick West. Imagine what people would think of Mick West if it turns out these videos are real. His whole life would be over. His whole life ends. Like, I'm afraid people like that might hurt themselves. Because what this means is that all the stuff they've been debunking, they've been claiming is fake, is probably real. And they've been falsely debunking it. Right? Like, because if this is real, there's definitely, like, I mean, If we have orbs that are human made, like this means that, you know, UFOs are definitely within the realm of possibility. That means all this stuff that people have been debunking, they've been falsely debunking real videos. Right? So, yes, people have skin in the game because their whole lives are on the line. People's whole lives are on the line. As much as Mick West is a nobody, and he's a loser and he's a nobody, at the same time, a lot of people look to him for their beliefs. Because we live in a world where people don't think for themselves. We live in a world where people just base their beliefs on what other people tell them. And I don't want you guys to do this about me either. I don't want to be somebody that you guys look to say, oh, what does Ashton believe? Let's just go along with that. Right? That's not what I want for people who follow me. I want people to come to an informed conclusion for themselves. But that's what it comes down to, guys. Like, that's the reality of it, right? If this stuff's real, it means a lot of people's whole lives have been a lie. And that's too much for people, man. It might be part of the reason why the government hides this kind of stuff. Because they're afraid that people are going to actually hurt themselves when they find out. But not just that. I mean, the issue is this, is that they've been lying for so long that this whole subculture of debunking has reached like a point where it's out of control. It's too big. It's a beast that they can't even deal with. They can't bring these people back from the edge, right? Now they have to lie. Public school does not. I don't think even private school teaches us how to critically think. Nobody does. Nobody does. And I say this as somebody who was a CNN brain myself. You know, 10 years ago, I was a CNN brain. You know, so it's not that unusual. That was not that long ago for me. I was still 30 years old back then. Right? I was a CNN brain. And that's why we have to be careful with people. You know, like, think of, and look at how bad social media has become now. It really, like, especially on social media sites that I'm not even going to list, but you guys know who they are. It's not about what you say to people. It's really not. It's about how you tell them. They want you to comfort them. They want you to make them feel good. Actually, we are gonna show one. I want to show you guys a prime example of what I'm talking about. Okay? You guys know where it's gonna be. Okay. You guys know where it's gonna be. I want you guys to show. Okay, well, I'm sure this is fake already because this guy's a debunker nut job as well. I'm not even going to bother with this kind of stuff, but people literally just make stuff. This is how broken people's minds are. This is a person who has no idea how drones work, but they're just going to make up a bunch of stuff to try to make themselves feel good, right? They're just going to make up a bunch of stuff to try to make themselves feel good, to try to explain why look at this. For additional background why the drone's fake, I'm just going to go ahead and link some stuff, and I'm just going to make up some fake stuff to make myself feel good. This is somebody who has no experience with it. They haven't researched literally anything. They're giving an uninformed opinion here based on literally nothing. There's nothing factual about this post whatsoever. Does it get a speculative tag? No, it doesn't. Because the moderators themselves' brains are broken on this subreddit. If it's anything related to anyone else, they put speculation on there. But if it's somebody who's like some idiot debunker, like, doesn't matter, right? That's Exhibit A. I wasn't even expecting that. I mean, these people's whole, like, their whole lives are dependent upon this. The projection about how they project onto me, about how they claim that my personality is tied around the videos. These people's whole personality is tied around the videos even more. Like, this is an account that, like, this person is literally a nut job, just completely obsessed. Completely obsessed. Like, if this is not a government agent, then holy crap, they need serious psychological help. It's not normal to be sitting there trying to debunk stuff that, like, you don't believe in. Like, that's psychologically issues. But this isn't even what I'm looking for. I have to scroll down to find it. The science behind the video. You're welcome. Warp bubbles found in thunderstorms, okay? So they have a link here, right? This is an actual 20-year engineer and physicist. Let me find out what there is. Here we go. Work for NASA as an aerospace engineer. A NASA aerospace engineer. Downvoted to 0 by the debunkers. They get a speculation tag. A literal NASA aerospace engineer. This is how nut job the debunker subreddit is right now, guys. A literal NASA aerospace engineer gets their post downvoted trying to explain the science to a bunch of mentally ill debunker Reddit nutjobs. This is how completely disconnected from reality these people are. Completely disconnected. They even say what unit they're in. 20-year veteran of the NASA aerospace. And you know why? If you read the comments, because they said you're welcome. This offended them. The science behind the videos, you're welcome. This gets downvoted. Random like nutjob debunkers posting fake content, yeah, that doesn't get downvoted to 0. This is why Reddit's just broken, guys. It's a broken platform. It can't be fixed. You pretty much, this is why we're not gonna review, like, anything that comes from Reddit has no credibility. We can't listen to it. The psychopaths who are watching right now, who are obsessing over this, like, you need mental help. You need mental help. Please get it. Please stop recording or whatever weird shit you're doing, jerking off to me. Like, you need to get the mental help that you need, guys. When you have 20-year NASA engineers trying to explain to you how it works, and you're sitting there downvoting them and trying to, like, attack them, you're cuckoo. You've gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man. It's wild, man. Look at this. This is how just completely off the rocker these guys are. So, and here's, this is definitely a debunker, right? Like, man. Actually, maybe that's not. Anyway, we're not going to talk more about this. I think that the right approach, like, I've been trying to think, like, how do we deal with these people? Because, like, they're just completely off their rockers. You've got an actual 20-year NASA scientist and engineer telling you, here's how the science works. And, of course, they downvoted because, like, their brains have been broken. Their brains have been actually broken. Right? Like, I guarantee if we look through this guy's posts, we're going to find out that, yep, he's been on Reddit for 2014. I'm sure if we look through his content, we'll find out that he's actually a NASA person. Right? Like, it's wild, man. And it's funny, like, you know, yeah, we're going to ignore them. I think that's the right move, right? Like, I think the sad part is we just have to completely ignore Reddit. Like, we can't pull anything from Reddit, right? It's just, they've just completely lost their marbles, man. It's just, unfortunately, they've just lost their marbles, man. Okay. Fees. Oh, I should just paste my fee waiver. Now, X actually has, you can find real opinions on X. I would say that X is probably slanted to the right because people on the left have this idea that, like, X is racist and therefore they shouldn't be on it. But the reality is you get real opinions on X because it's not as censored. Now, yeah, are some of those opinions offensive? Definitely. Yeah, Severance on Apple TV is a really good show. 100%. I love that show. Yeah. So just in case anyone wants to know why we're going to ignore Reddit from now on, I mean, you just saw prime example A. Like, they're not interested in the truth. They're not interested in science. Like, they're just interested in making themselves feel good, right? It's not about what logic and facts and science you use for people. It's about, unfortunately, the world has reached a point now where it's about, like, how you tell people. It's like, oh, if you make me feel good, then I'll listen to what you have to say, right? Yeah. It's pretty wild, man. Okay, what do we say for our fee waiver? Let me read one of my old ones. Hold on. This might end up revealing personal information. Let me switch. I'm gonna switch to full screen face for a second. Oh, I have a whole thing for FOIAs. Let me see. Let me see. What did I write in here? I can share. We're good. Is this what's going on here? Seems weird. Okay. I just say $1,000. Expedite processing, yes. What's our expedite processing explanation? Okay, let me make sure I got everything. Here, let's save these so we can do it for the next one. I think the Navy requires us to print something out. I'm trying to do the ones where we don't have to print something out. Okay, this looks good. Submit. I'm glad I didn't show that. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't show that because it showed my private information right there. Okay, Department of Air Force, good. Got it. Print to PDF. Let's do FOIA Air Force. Sorry, I'm saving this. Hold on. Okay, we're done with that one. Let's see if we can FOIA the Navy. I just want to get every single one rejected. Hey, alien girl, how's it going? I think the whole debunker movement has just completely jumped the shark at this point. It's just completely jumped the shark. There's no credibility in it anymore. They're not skeptics. It's just people that are like trying to rationalize stuff that they can't deal with. Hey Neo. Hey Jilly. The music is some non-copyright, royalty-free. I think I got, when I did the unban thing, I must have been using copyrighted music. A bunch of my things got demonetized, which whatever, who cares, but I want that however much money I make from these, $5. I'll take the $5. You're watching the advertisements goes to paying for, I don't know, something. We need Navy. There it is. 38 working days for simple requests. Yikes. Okay, well, here we go. Do we know, is this one going to the Navy? Yeah, okay, it's going to the Navy. Some definitive guy came out. Did he Morphinok, did he have the files? No, he didn't have the files. I'll just spoil it for you, he didn't. Spoiler, guys, there's already been multiple people who've claimed to be the debunkers, and they're both just liars. One of them's an actual troll who already outed himself because he's already got Reddit posts. Before he decided to pretend like he was the hoaxer, he was a debunker, right? And he's got Reddit posts that show that he was making statements that contradict him being the hoaxer. So I'm not really going to entertain anybody like that, right? If you made the videos, which again, nobody made the videos because they're real, but if somebody did make them, they would have a hard drive full of them. No one's deleting their masterpiece double video works that are in perfect synchronization that would get them a job anywhere. Now, there's no explaining everything. He definitely didn't explain everything because we've got a whole list of evidence, right? Unless the hoaxer can explain all of this, they're not the hoaxer probably, man. So here's a spoiler. Don't believe every moron, like, what's the guy's name? Joe something? Don't believe every moron that pretends to be the hoaxer, okay? If they don't have the source files, they didn't make the videos. Pretty simple. Here's another spoiler. If somebody made the videos, they'd be able to recreate them very easily, right? Apparently because they were also created in like a day or so, according to debunkers. So I think he made that claim like several weeks ago. He would have already recreated them and collect $150,000, guys. I guarantee you that this Joe guy who's pretending to have been the hoaxer, I guarantee you he needs $150,000. Guaranteed. He's probably unemployed. He probably would desperately need 150 grand. Don't believe trolls and other random people unless they have hard proof. The only reason why people can say they know how they made the videos is the same way that psychics lie, right? Because supposedly the way the videos were created is out there. All they're doing is taking what they read and they're pretending like they came up with it. A couple of the recreations are similar. The reality is you should be able to make one exactly the same. I mean, you have a literal thing you can copy. People can literally copy masterpiece paintings down that are unrecognizable, that are just completely the same as real masterpieces. So nothing less than an exact replica is good enough. Because there's no excuse not to have an exact replica. Why would you not be able to exactly replicate it? It seems really easy. Nobody's going to get backlash for disrespecting the families. You're going to... Plus, the $150,000 outweighs that anyway. It's kind of a stupid argument. Honestly, it's just debunkers trying to rationalize why there's no such thing as a hoaxer, right? Oh, they're just not going to come forward for $150,000, right? Like, the reality is there is no hoaxer, guys. The debunkers need to come to terms with it at some point. Your life is a lie, debunkers. I'm sorry. That's just the truth. Your life's a lie. You know, UFOs are probably real. You've been lied to. You know, that's probably just the reality of the world. If you really think that the Earth is the only place with life on it, well, then you're not really thinking too critically. The universe is really, really big, guys, and we're not at the pinnacle of science. Just think about that for a second. Anybody out there, come to a logical conclusion right now with the information I'm going to give you. We're not at the pinnacle of science right now. So where is the pinnacle of science? How far? I'd argue that we're cave people right now. We're cavemen, right? If we're cavemen right now, is it really that illogical that we might be able to travel from one planet to the next? What if we just don't understand how fast you can really travel? What if we just don't understand our universe as well as we think we do? Yeah, I'll tell you guys what Danny Jones told me, guys. After Danny Jones tried to ambush me with the Corridor Crew video, you know what he said? Because I said, oh, I thought they were... This is the real conversation. I said, I thought they were going to recreate it, and I thought it was going to be really good, and it would be really awkward. And he went, well, why would they do that? What would it show if they were able to recreate it? It wouldn't show anything. And I said, yeah, you're right, but I guess it would show that it's pretty easy to make. At least, right? So, yeah, DC, I want to highlight what DC said. Until the plane is found, I cannot see how looking for a plane is disrespectful. Exactly. I don't think there's a lot of people out there that don't seem to understand that the official story is there's no explanation for what happened to the plane. It's not like Sandy Hook, let's say, where we know that somebody shot up a bunch of kids. Right? There's a bunch of dead bodies, right? So the idea that, okay, Alex Jones, when he's, coming up with these other conspiracy theories, like, hurts people because we know that all these kids were killed, right? It's not like that. We literally don't know what happened to the plane. We literally don't know what happened to the plane. If some people out there are full CNN brain and they think that it was pilot suicide, that is a conspiracy theory. That's not reality. That's a literal conspiracy theory. That's not the official story. That's not. And a lot of people think that's the official story. It's not. The person that brought that story up is the idiot Jeff Wise. Jeff Wise is an actual moron. Jeff Wise is the one who presented the suicide pilot scenario. He had to retract it because Victor of the independent group showed that no, the flight on the simulator was not a match to the flight. So just keep this in mind. If you think there's a suicide pilot thing and a plane can crash into the ocean, you're not a logical person. You're just repeating some stupid stuff that you heard on TV. Right? So just keep that in mind. The reason why it doesn't hurt the families is because the same reason why when Florence Changi writes a book about it, it doesn't hurt the families, because we don't have an official story. The official story is we don't know what happened to the plane. And it makes sense because we know a 777 can't crash into the ocean without leaving a debris field. We know the U.S. government had to have acoustic detections on what happened to the plane. We know there was multiple radars, including now Cope Tiger as well. The plane flew directly at the Cope Tiger exercises. Why would it be doing that, guys? It's not indicative of suicide route. It's the opposite. They're going because it's an emergency event and they need help. If it's a suicide route, you're just flying directly over Indonesia. You don't care about radars. People are like, oh, well, he's a mastermind psychopath. But he's not. That's the problem. He's literally not. You're inventing this convoluted scenario for why this guy is on some kind of suicide route that doesn't make sense at all. Nothing in the flight path makes any sense for suicide. Not at all. In fact, I need to find the one video real quick. I'm going to show you guys how little sense this makes for suicide. Where's my video for suicide? Where's my video? Also, one of these people that's remaking the videos, can we get them to live stream it? Why are these people who are remaking the videos not streaming their work? I stream everything I do. I want to watch them do it. I feel like they're just lying about how much time it takes too. Right? Because they don't want people to know that like they spent like days trying to make the videos and still only came up with like a crude approximation, even though they're like literally just copying content. It's really sad that these people, like, there's no transparency in the debunkers whatsoever. Like, a lot of them are using fake accounts. It's like, why would we listen to any of that? They wouldn't listen to it if the situations were reversed. Where is my flight path explainer? I'm looking for my flight path explainer, guys. Hold on. I don't remember when I made it. Well, I don't know where it is. Did I move it? Damn. Yeah, I don't know where my flight path explainer is. I want to show the ladder video too, but it's gonna be a copyright claim. Yes, guys, you get ads in the middle of live streams. Just hit the skip button. Just press skip. Okay, well that's the Alex Jones one.
The reason why we believe
Alex Jones. That's Alex Jones interview. What the hell, man? I don't understand why I can't find it. I guess I must have moved it somewhere. I don't know where it is. Maybe it's down here further. Hold on. Shouldn't be this far down. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I was trying to find my flight path explainer, but I don't know where it is. Yeah. I guess I'll just go to YouTube. Hello, everybody. This is Ashton Forbes, here to bring you the MH370x okay, guys. Path Explainer. So where it takes off at 1642 UTC. Where in this video, where does this look like suicide to people? Where does this look like suicide to people? So first of all, if this is suicide, they're gonna crash the plane right here, right here, right here. Weird part is, okay, so I guess I didn't need the sound for this. I could have just, hold on. I have another one. I'm just going to play my other one. It's dumb. Here it is. So it turns around. Why is it turning around and going to Penang? Like, literally the only scenario that makes sense is it's an emergency scenario. That's it. That's the only scenario that makes sense, right? You're going to Penang because it's an emergency scenario. Why does the Minister of Defense say it's not hostile? Because it's an emergency scenario. Now, let's say, okay, it's a weird suicide route, and you think that he's going to say goodbye to Penang. He's like, oh, I got to fly and go say goodbye to my hometown. Makes no sense. Okay, great. Well, if he's going to the South Indian Ocean, he's going to go right over Indonesia. Why is he going to go right over Indonesia? Because he doesn't care if jets get scrambled. If you want the music, I'll post it in the chat. Like, this is the part where, this is why I have no respect whatsoever for the independent group. Because they're idiots. Like, just use logic and common sense. Like, if it's a suicide route, just go down here. Just fly right over Indonesia. Why are you flying up over here? There's no reason to turn over here. This is where the exercises are going on in the Andaman Sea. You got the United States, Thailand, and Singapore have all their assets up over here. They have all their assets over here. We don't even need the videos. That's the thing. We don't even need the videos. That's how stupid the narratives out there are. We don't even need the videos to explain this. This is what I told Danny Jones as well. We don't even need the videos. That's how ridiculous this idea of it going to the South Indian Ocean is. There's no evidence for it. The evidence is some guy's blog has an Excel spreadsheet that if you do some weird mapping, it says, oh, it went into the South Indian Ocean. That's garbage. It's literal garbage. So, oh. Let's Google MH370 Inmarsat pings data. Where's the data? There's literally no data on this website. This is Inmarsat's website. You literally cannot get the data or review it for yourself here. Cannot even get it yourself. How would they not have revealed this the next day? They literally didn't reveal the data. They just told you what to think. That's it. That's it. No data on here. Where do you have to go down to get that data? This is how far you have to go down. You have to go to some guy's blog in order to get the data. Which is Victor Ilanello, who's also an idiot. This guy's a complete moron. He's not an expert in anything. Literally not an expert in anything. And this is whose blog you have to go to in order to get the Inmarsat data. Like, you actually, I can't even find it from this. Like, how do you even find it? Like, this, it's not even, like, searchable. The only thing you have to throw out, the only thing in order for the conspiracy is the Inmarsat data. After 1840 UTC, that's it. All the time they said they lost track of the plane from the next day, 1840 UTC. All you have to do is listen to what they said. I can't even find it here. Like, where even is it, man? Here it is. So, in order to get it, you have to go here to Reddit, and then you can get to this guy's blog. And then that's where you can get it. You can get the data. Ridiculous, man. Is this even, this isn't even where it is either. How do you even get it? Somebody on Reddit realized that there was this issue. Is this it? Did he really not get it until 2017? Yeah. Wow. They just didn't release the data at all, huh? I'm going to read this to everybody in the chat, guys. I want you guys to be informed about how I'm calling out Inmarsat. This data is complete bullshit. 100% bullshit. Since we learned of its existence, we've been asking for the complete record of the communications data between MH370 and Inmarsat's satellite network. In May of 2014, Malaysia released some satellite data logs, but they were incomplete. Fields of data were missing, and only a small number of data records before the flight was made available. When pressed for the complete logs, Inmarsat and Malaysia both claimed the data had to be released by the other. Does this sound like people who are open and honest? We now have what we believe is the complete record of communications between MH370. The satellite data was shared with me by a relative of a Chinese passenger. The data was given to him by Malaysian Airlines with the following email text. Please find it. So Malaysian Airlines sent this to a family member, and this went to a blogger, and that's how we have the Inmarsat data. That's the chain of custody. Does that sound reliable to you guys? And this is, guys, this was posted 2017, 3 years later. 3 years later. How does the hoaxer know where the plane is? How does the hoaxer know where the plane is? This wasn't released for 3 years. I don't think people realize we had no idea what happened to this plane. And somehow these videos, the person who hoaxed these videos knows exactly where the plane was at the right time. Within 2 months after the plane goes missing. 3 years later, guys. Look at the date, right? The data right there. Look at the date. Wild, man. All you have to do is throw out the data after 1840. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. 1840. All there is 10 rows of data. 10 rows of data. 1941, 2041, 2141, 2241, 2341, 2313. For 5 hours, there's 10 rows of data. That's all you have to throw out. 10 rows on an Excel spreadsheet is the difference between this plane going to the South Indian Ocean and the plane never going to the South Indian Ocean. That's it. That's the only difference. This is all we have to debunk. If we want to be debunkers, all we have to debunk is these 10 rows of data right here. Which, I mean, you can see the pattern in them. Like, this is just, none of this makes any sense. This is just added in here, probably. Maybe there's a spoof. I don't know. Anyway. So nothing about this makes sense. None of this matches up with a suicide route whatsoever. Right? None of this matches. Inmarsat is connected to British intelligence. So, no, I did not copyright anything. So, guys, you can't believe anything that you read on X. The people that are defaming me and whatever are mentally ill. And I mean that in just full sincerity. They're mentally ill. They need literal mental help. They make up all kinds of bullshit about me. They claim that I am trying to make $20,000 from 1 million views. Like, they're obviously, they just strip the context and they use their mental illness to, like, come up with whatever fake stuff they want to come up with. The reason why I have a copyright is because I came up with the story, right? I came up with the story. That's how copyright works. So if somebody were to say, oh, this is what happened to the plane, and they were to use my story of the story that I've posted already on social media, then that would be a copyright claim. I would have a copyright. If they tried to make money off of it, I could take the money that they made off of it. That's how copyright works. So unfortunately, people are just, I don't know how a better way to put it. They're stupid. They don't know how copyright works, right? If this is a fake story, if the plane crashed into the South Indian Ocean and I come up with this alternative story of it being on fire and, you know, whatever, it being teleported by orbs, if that's all fake and I'm the one who came up with that, I don't need to copyright it. The fact that I already have proof that I wrote it before other people gives me the copyright. So what they heard and what I said is that if this story is fake, then I guess I own the copyright to the greatest fake story of all time. That's what I said. People have interpreted that to mean that, oh, I went and copyrighted this. No, of course I didn't copyright it. I don't need to copyright it. Since I wrote it before anybody else, then there's nothing, no one can profit off my idea, my story, right? Now I've made the evidence available so people can come up with their own stories. They can come up with their own stories based on the evidence. They can do that. They just can't come up with my story. I'm not going to teach you how the law works. You guys can figure it out yourselves. If you want to understand copyright law, go ahead and look it up, okay? I'm not going to sit here and try to teach idiot Redditors and idiot debunkers how copyright works. You can look it up yourself, okay? If anyone were to try to make a story about my work, I would sue them and I would win. And I would take everything that they made. That's what would happen. Whether or not you believe that, I don't care. Correct. Copyright protects the form. It actually does protect the idea as well. Double check on that if you want. If they use the evidence and come up with their own story, then they have free. That's why I've made the evidence publicly available so that anyone can come up with their own story, folks. Anyone can come up with their own story. Yes, the story of the investigation related to me is also copyrighted by me. If someone were to try to make a story about me, that would be something that I would be able to sue them on, guys. Just I don't really want to talk about the law. It's not really that relevant. I don't really care what you think around it. It doesn't matter. It's not like anyone's going to make a story about it. People are just idiots, exactly. Nuamora, people are just idiots when it comes around copyright and licensing. They just don't understand it, right? And it's also just not relevant, folks. It's not relevant. Yeah, idea is intellectual property. We got 14 pages of evidence here, Professor J. No, that's the whole point, man. If it's true, then I guess I don't own it, right? If it's true, then anybody can make a story about it. But if it's a fake story, then I own it, right? If it's fake, then that means I came up with it. If it's true, it means obviously I can't own the rights to a true story. That's the beauty. That's why I say if it's fake, I guess I own the rights to the greatest fake story of all time. So it's a win-win for me, since I'm not trying to profit off of it anyway. Exactly. So if other people think it's fake, then they can't use my story, because then it's copyright. If they think it's real, then I guess they can. But they have to come up with their own version. So if you're still struggling with it, man, then just, you know, go to law school or Google it, whatever you want to do. I'm not the law teacher here for you. I know just enough to protect myself, and that's good enough. So what do we need to add anything? Let's figure out what we're going to add here and how we're going to handle Tim Pool. Yeah, let's move on. Thanks, Sandy. I want to move on. I don't really want to dig into this too much. Just getting too parasocial with this. Yeah, thanks, William. Let's see. So we have to kind of take this as seriously as we took Alex Jones. I think that this is probably as big. I think that we start with flight didn't crash into the ocean. Right? That's where we start for sure. That's how I think that's just where we start every time. I think we start with that every time. And then we do abbreviated requirements to fake the videos. And then we do video details. Yeah, Tim Pool on Friday, guys. It's Monday right now. Tim Pool on Friday. Culture Wars. Check out my Twitter if you're not familiar. I announced it earlier today. It's been in the works for a while, but I try not to announce stuff that ahead of time. Although I think I did accidentally announce it on Alex Jones before it was really official. So yeah. So the interesting part about Tim Pool is that when Brian Lupo was on, who's CanCon, and I'm gonna have to memorize all this, by the way, as well. I have to memorize this. I don't think I'm gonna be able to have notes in front of me, although I probably will print it out, but I'm gonna have to do it right off my head. But Tim Pool actually said that he's seen DoD stuff that said that faster than light communication is possible. I don't know if this is going to be the last big podcast we're going to do, but I mean, I've got other requests. I can't do requests every day anymore, man. It's too much. It's draining me, and I have to go back to my normal job. I might have to start like traveling for my normal job again. So things might start getting sketchy, guys. It's going to be a point where it's like I have to decide what I really focus on, right? I think that people like Joe Rogan might get interested around the anniversary. The anniversary. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna bring notes, guys. I'm gonna bring notes, but I want to have it thought out. So hey, Jeremy, what's up, my man? Guys, I'm a big fan of Jeremy. I think that I was thinking about today as well. Oh, guys, we were talking about yesterday as well. And the thing about it is, even if like aliens were to come down and say hello, people would just say it's fake. I think the only way to prove that some of this stuff is real at this point is that we have to produce it ourselves. And that's what alien scientist Jeremy Reese and his crew of scientists he's put together are doing, right? That's why I'm a big fan of Jeremy in general. Because the reality is we're going to have to prove it. We're going to have to literally make objects float. We're going to have to try to teleport an object. We're going to have to do it ourselves. That's the only way to prove it. Teleporting an object's probably going to require more resources than we're capable of. But room temperature superconductivity, we might be able to prove. And I think that if we prove room temperature superconductivity, that's enough. I think that's enough. If we can prove room temperature superconductivity is real, that will open the door for everything. That's why I'm so into proving room temperature superconductivity like LK99 or however else we can do it. If we listen to Salvatore Pais and Dave Rossi, we don't need metamaterials for room temperature superconductivity. So there might be another way to pull it off. There might be another way to pull it off. I'm not sure. We're not going to be able to build the craft. We just don't have the resources, right? So as awesome as Alien Scientists engineering lab is, which is pretty damn awesome, not going to lie, it's nothing compared to what places like Lockheed Martin Skunk Works have. Nothing, right? And so we have to be realistic about what our capabilities are. So we have to focus. Here's the thing, too. We have to think about how do we convince someone like Tim Pool? How do we convince him? Tim Pool's going to have minor CNN brain, right? I listened to him already. He thought, oh, well, the plane crashed into the ocean. He thought the plane crashed into the ocean. So we start off and we say, couldn't have crashed into the ocean. Let's say Minister of Defense said it's not hostile. Flying towards Cope Tiger. Eye of the storm. No debris field. No black boxes. Yeah, the problem is, like Jeremy's saying, we don't have trillions of dollars to play with like deep state government does. Jeremy, did you see that clip I posted of, what's his name, John Warner the Fourth or something like that? That was a pretty spicy clip, man. Oh yeah, you did see it because you commented on it. Yeah. Jeremy and I think the same on a lot of stuff. Yeah, Jeremy, give me some pointers in DM in terms of where you think his mindset's going to be for sure. I'm guessing hundreds of thousands of people watch Tim Pool stuff, maybe even millions if you think about like his like Spotify and stuff like that. I don't know what to think about Jeremy Corbell, guys. I really don't know what to think about him. Here's my honest opinion, guys. Anybody that's not looking at the technology side of it, to me, I question them. If you're not looking at the technology side, I question their motives. I think that, like John Warner said, the deep state does not give a shit about alien bodies, and they don't give a crap about crafts. They care about the technology. Wow, 60,000 people were watching live? Holy crap. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of people watching live, man. It's a lot of people. That's just live, too. So that means there's probably going to be over 1 million viewers. So it needs to be on point. God, I wish we could talk to Tucker Carlson, man. I wish we could talk to Tucker Carlson. Especially after all his recent comments. My God, we would have a good conversation. The first question I would ask Tucker Carlson is he that Reddit account that posted about the beings living under the earth or whatever? Like, a lot of people think he's the guy that made that Reddit posts. Now, the more he talks, the more I'm like, maybe he did. Maybe that was him. It's weird. People have definitely told Tucker Carlson some stuff. Definitely. I mean, I don't know if it's all real. Yeah, we don't even need the videos. I mean, the videos, in my opinion, are real, but we don't even need them at this point. Like, it's like, guys, I keep saying it, but it's like if you have the answer sheet to the test. We're looking at the answer sheet to the test. We know how what the answers are. We just have to figure out how it's going to work. Like, we just have to reverse engineer it. That's it. Like, if you think some hoaxer faked these videos with, like, perfect physics, it's a tall order, man. It's a tall order. I mean, maybe, but wow, that's a tall order. I can't remember what the post is. I'm looking for it. The problem is now, if you look for Tucker Carlson on Reddit stuff, you get all the recent stuff. Yeah, I can't find it. If somebody knows it and they want to post it in our Discord, let me know. But there was this really weird Reddit post there where they like claimed that they would sue everybody if anybody said some stuff about them, and people argued that that post was made by Tucker Carlson on Reddit. And they like said a bunch of stuff about how aliens were going to destroy the civilization or some crap. I don't know. If you got your comments removed, it was probably by YouTube itself, guys. It's not by me, okay? I'm streaming and you can see the comments. I haven't removed a single comment today. So just keep that in mind that YouTube censors the comments beyond what I do. So just keep that in mind. I also don't even have Nightbot going right now. I don't even have Nightbot going. Yeah, the MUFON presentation is solid. I think I sent that to somebody today to watch. If you want to watch like an update, the MUFON presentation, that's 2 hours. I would think I went through most of it. I'm probably, actually, speaking of that, that's a good idea. Do I have the link to that? Oh, I think I deleted it. Damn. Documents. Yeah, I deleted it, it looks like. Feels bad. Unless it's on my desktop. Crap. You guys see MUFON back here? Nope. Okay, let's hold on, let's FOIA the Navy real quick. Top chat. Wow, I didn't know that was even a thing, guys. I literally didn't even know this was a thing. My God, man. Guys, I'm a noob when it comes to wow. I'm a noob when it comes to YouTube. I don't even know how it works, man. Whoa. If this is racism, this has got to go, man. No racism in here, please. I don't know if that's a typo or not, but I'm gonna delete this. No racism, no anti-Semitism, and yeah, nothing else that's inappropriate, please, guys. Thanks. Did you cease and desist vanish without a trace? No. What's that? I don't even know what that is. The only cease and desist I sent were to Reddit, Discord, and oh, okay, you typoed it. Okay, Reddit, Discord, and Twitter were the only cease and desist that I sent. The Discord one actually came back to me, so it must have been the wrong address or something like that. Yeah, certain keywords you're gonna get got. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this information out real quick. I want to send this in. I want to FOIA the Navy for any communications on AWACS or anything like that. Okay, here we go. Oh, did I not save it? I always request a fee waiver. There's no reason not to. I always put 1,000 down. Damn, I want to just copy the other one. What was the other one? Hold on, I'm going to switch this over just in case I have the wrong thing going here. What's my thing here? FOIA requests. Air Force. Okay, now we're good. Oh, I can't. Why can't I copy this? What the hell? Can't copy it. Okay, well, I'll type what I see. I am seeking call signs plus all radio and audio communication for all AWACS, drones, and other planes in flight from March 7th. This might be too much. This is probably too broad, right? And drone's not going to have radio communication, but it'll have a call sign, right? How about we do all the ones near... How do we narrow this down? Polarton condensate squeeze coherent vacuum states. Alien scientist is trying to see if he's going to get censored. It's funny. There's going to be a lot of drones and planes in the air in 3 days, right? Uh, 100-mile radius? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's make it wider though. Let's go 1,000. I like that. Nicobar Islands. Yeah. Okay. Well. Shit. Now I'm gonna have to re-upload this. Does that show my phone number too? Might have. Wouldn't be the first time. I'm gonna have to re-upload this interview, unfortunately. Tim Pool was playing Magic the Gathering with Adam Krigler when I showed up. Really? Really? Maybe I should challenge Tim Pool to a game of Magic the Gathering, huh? I have a feeling that I'll get along with Tim Pool. Could be wrong. I think we might be... How old is Tim Pool? Let me print this page real quick. Okay, so we've FOIA'd the Navy, the Air Force, the National Geospace Agency, NCIS, NRO. We FOIA'd quite a lot of people. Did you guys see that, what was it that I read? Somebody was claiming that they're... Oh, I think it was Danny Sheehan was saying that there's going to be some indisputable video released this year. Yeah, so he's pretty close to my age, huh? $37? Yeah, pretty close. Does he really play Magic the Gathering? That's funny, dude. Guys, we're gonna become a Magic the Gathering stream. I wonder what the crossover is. I don't have, like, I played only like online. I do have some I have a lot of cards, but I don't have like a lot of decks or anything like that. So I was playing only on Arena pretty much. Tim Pool gives up from Magic the Gathering. Okay, well, we're gonna read this then. Where does this say Tim Pool? Could use a better picture. Oh, this is gonna... Oh, what the hell? That would have been good. Huh, he wasn't even known 6 years ago, huh? Who knows? Maybe in 6 years this will be us. Maybe this will be us in 6 years. Probably not. I hope not. Okay, let's go back to our pertinent evidence, guys. Sorry, I need to make another note. If you have an evidence deposit, yeah, Discord has an evidence channel that we have that's got a ton of stuff in it, guys. Like, Basically, everything we've ever uncovered is in our Discord evidence channel. It's probably thousands of pages long. Yeah, John Greenwald can't help. If you want the story, ask somebody else in the chat. Actually, I'll just tell you the story. I asked John Greenwald for help. He never responded. And then he came in our replies one time, and he tried to meme on me. And then I counter-memed him, and then he blocked me. I wouldn't trust John Greenwald. I don't think you should trust anybody that has put in 10,000 FOIA requests. Don't trust anyone that's put in 10,000 FOIA requests and has that much connection to the government, guys. Can we see Lulu? Guys, I think you know what's going to happen. Should I try, though? I'll try. Lulu, come here. Let's see if we can... I'm going to probably get bit here, guys. She does not like being picked up. Let's try. I've had a few drinks, so let's try. We're going to try to get Lulu. Lulu, come on. Come on, Lulu. Come get treats. Come here, come get treats. Where are the treats at? Where are the treats? Guys, I don't know where the treats went. Lulu, come on. What's this? Come on. Here they are, here they are. Oh, the treats. Here you go. Treats. Here you go. Okay. Eat the treats, guys. Let's see if we can get her. Okay, this is good. This is gonna be sketchy. This is gonna be sketchy, folks. Hi, little girl. You pick it up? Pick it up. No, you don't want to be picked up. Okay, yeah, I don't think she wants to be picked up, folks. I tried. She's gonna take her pig ear though. Yeah, she just doesn't. She doesn't like being picked up, man. She just doesn't like being picked up. That wasn't even me picking her up. That was me literally just petting her, asking her if she wanted to be picked up, and then she said no, thank you. Yeah, she just doesn't. I'm gonna have to get a doggo cam. I have another webcam we can use for a doggo cam. Leave that dog alone. I feel bad because I've got to put her in the kennel while I'm out at Tim Pool, and she doesn't like it. She does not like it. She's a wolf. You guys have seen her before. She's very, very opinionated. Let's just say that. She's a very opinionated doggo. But she's really cute. Really cute. Yeah. One time I'm gonna come back and I'm just gonna be like bleeding. Yeah, oh, she's a diva. She's a diva for sure, guys. For sure, diva. Oh, let's do a fun story. Intermission. Hey, Hermes, intermission time. Okay, I had a dream last night. Dude, how many dreams have I had where I remember them? The dream I was doing last night was also super weird. I was playing like flag football, but inside a school, like inside of a classroom. And the way the flag football worked is like, so you have your classroom like this with like the desks, right? And over here is where the teacher would be. And you had to like get the football to where the teacher was. And we were throwing it around. There was two different teams. And I remember I was going up against this guy that was like a lot more jacked than I am. As you can tell, I'm not that big, right? And I thought that he was gonna like, you know, physically like outmaneuver me, but we ended up just like dominating them. Like we completely destroyed the other team while we were playing this game, and we just used our teamwork to win. And the other team started getting really salty. And that's really all there was to the dream. It was a really weird dream, guys. I don't really know. I don't really get it. Not sure what that was meant to be. The other story was I was driving over to eat at my parents' place because everything was closed today, so I had to have them make me food today. And we get to the main street, and there's a turkey sitting in the road. A turkey. A literal turkey. And it's giant. It's bigger than Lulu is, okay? So I see this turkey. I thought it was like hurt. I thought maybe it got run over because it's literally sitting in the middle of the road. So I get out of my car. I put my emergency lights on. I get out to the car and I start clapping for it, right? And it gets up, and I was actually afraid it was going to attack me. Like, this bird is huge, man. It's like 3 feet tall. This bird is gigantic. If I had to guess, like, you know, I can't tell with the feathers or whatever, but it looked like it was like 30 pounds. This thing was giant. And so I finally, like, and it's stupid as hell, and it's like staying in the road. Even when it gets up, it starts like walking in the road. So I like have to have a couple cars like stop, and then like I finally get the turkey to like get out of the road, and then I go back to my car. We have actual turkeys in my neighborhood, literal turkeys. There's like a flock of them, like 4 or 5 of them, and I'm in the city. I'm in the actual city. I'm like, why are there turkeys walking around? Oh, it definitely did its gobble gobble thing to me as well, by the way. I was like, okay, sure, whatever, man. We're not going to go for much longer tonight because it's already pretty late. Okay, no black boxes. SOSA system. Radars. What else? No ELTs. None. Oh, Tim Pool's going to say, oh, well, the ocean's really big. He's going to say that. So let's just get ahead of it. It's kind of sad how everybody just basically repeats the same narratives. Oh, the ocean's really big, guys. Guys, where do you think the plane is? Did the plane run out of fuel or not? If it ran out of fuel, there's nowhere else for it to go, right? There's nowhere else for it to go. They searched everywhere along the 7th arc. Bring up Don Lemon? Maybe. Probably not, though. Unless Don Lemon comes up naturally. 19 families. The whole cell phone thing, it was really contentious back then too, and everybody just thinks, oh well, cell phones can ring for days. They really can't, though. That's the problem. What's going on with the music right now? Oh, okay, we started a new one. If he brings up Don Lemon, we'll talk about it. Okay. Oh boy, I'm tired. Oh, so he'll probably say, well, they found some debris. Right? And so he'll go, oh, they found some debris. And then we say, most expensive search in history, didn't find one piece. Flaperon, not matched with unique serial number. A couple pieces they found had clear scorch burn marks. Tiny amount of debris consistent with fire and superluminal events. We're gonna call it a superluminal event as opposed to teleportation. Teleportation seems to really just trigger people, huh? Because I think of Star Trek. A lot of people think of Star Trek. Yeah, there's like 6 articles that said they could have found the plane in a couple days and they didn't. What does he know about Ripple Moon? The good news is it's really, really, really easy to defend the thesis, right? Really easy. We definitely need the fire scenario. We need to add to the fire scenario. Unless we already did. I don't remember if we did or not. I've been trying to get better about adding to this in real time. I'm going to publish this probably on Wednesday, guys. We're going to spend most of the time trying to get this updated. I'm going to change this to pounds. We're going to get rid of this one. Nah, it can't be a carrier trick. That was also debunked. Some carriers will call once before going to voicemail, but you got 19 phones, guys. If it was one or two, you could say there's maybe a carrier trick, but guarantee if we turn off your phones, they're not going to ring. Yeah, I like super luminal speeds event. Much better. Ludicrous speed. Spaceballs. Okay, so fire event. Oh, gosh, I'm getting tired. What do we boil this down to? 487 pounds. Wired article. Gonna bring up the Wired article. Nah, I don't need to find a cell phone commit expert. Definitely don't need to do that. The reason why Don Lemon was looking at the black hole stuff is he pulled up a tweet that said black holes. Yeah, the dark show dark is pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll be able to convince Tim Pool. I want you guys to watch something. Aeronautical black hole MH370. We asked astronomers about CNN's black hole based Malaysian Airlines theory. What? Weird. This is bizarre, man. Look at all these articles about it from March 20th. Look at all these articles. Mary Shivo. A small black hole would suck in our entire universe. Wow. Mary Shivo is not a very intelligent woman, that's for sure. Here we go. Was MH370 lost in an aeronautical black hole? What the hell? What the hell is this article? Daily Mail? Why? What even is an aeronautically black hole even a thing? There are also aeronautical black holes in the region. Plane is stranded hundreds of miles from search area. I mean, yeah, but what? Another possibility is that the plane fell into an aeronautical black hole in the region. According to Stuart John, aeronautical expert and fellow at the Royal Academy of Engineering. What? Is this just, they just don't explain what they're talking about here? It's just literally not explained. They just drop this and then they say nothing. This, just to give you an idea, this article was posted what day? Right after? March 11th, 3 days later. 3 days later, they have no idea where the plane is. No idea. No idea. They're literally looking over here like no clue. Yeah, what does even aeronautical black hole even mean? Guys, should we ask Grok? Let's ask Grok. They just make shit up. They just make stuff up, dude. They're just like making terms up. Let's turn off fun mode first of all. What is an aeronautical black hole? I'm pretty sure Grok's gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about. An area where planes would never go? It's just a made-up thing. Term is a metaphorical reference to astronomical phenomenon. In the context of aviation, the term is used to describe a situation where the aircraft is lost with no trace. That's not how things work, though. That's not how things work, though. There's no way they didn't know, guys. So let me see a Google. Let's pull up Google Earth real quick. I'm just gonna show you guys how there's no way they couldn't know what happened to this plane. Okay. How do we rotate this? Oh my god. How do we make this point north? Okay, here we go. Okay, guys. So this plane is taking off from Kuala Lumpur, which is down here. Kuala Lumpur is right here, right? And it's going northeast. And somewhere over here where the mouse cursor is, it goes dark. Okay, plane goes dark over here. So this is like the weak point they say between radars. My guess is this just happens to be where it goes dark. The plane turns around and goes to Penang, which is over here. This is Penang right here. This is the island of Penang. This is where the airport is right here. So it's going to the nearest airport that can accommodate a 777. Going right there, okay? That's our first sign. So radar from both Thailand and Malaysia should be able to see it. Thailand has never released their information about it. Goes here. Now, where this pin is over here, we've got U.S. military exercises going on here. U.S., Thailand, and Singapore. Do you think they're not protecting their assets that have exercises going on? They would have very advanced equipment and radar here. So where does the plane go? Goes over here to the Nicobar Islands, right past or right near where all these exercises are going on. They had to have seen it, okay? Indonesia had to have seen the plane as well. The official narrative says this plane flies south down here. It's not even the official narrative. That's just a narrative. Indonesia would have seen it. The plane goes down here. Now, Australia, if it goes down here towards Australia, this is about where they think it crashed. Like the 7th arc is somewhere like around here, I want to say. Australia is going to see it as well. Also, we proved that these bases over here are the Andaman and Nicobar bases have radar as well. So Port Blair as well as Car Nicobar probably has radar. So India also would have seen it over here as well if it flies over here. So India, Thailand, Indonesia is going to see it. And then Australia has some really advanced radar, the Jorn system. As well as there's this base here. Where's that info I was pulling up? Where is it? Pine Gap. Pine Gap. Pine Gap. Let's read about Pine Gap. Pine Gap is a satellite surveillance base and Australian Earth station approximately 18 kilometers southwest of Alice Springs. It is jointly operated by Australia and the United States. It's officially the Joint Defense Facility Pine Gap, JDFPG. Station is partly run by the CIA and NSA and NRO. Those are all people that we want to be FOIAing, right? Freedom of Information Act requests. Classified NRO name for Pine Gap Base is the Australian Mission Ground Station, AMGS. The unclassified cover term for the NASA function is rainfall. So I'm guarantee you guys this base has radar capabilities that can detect the plane as well. So we got Diego Garcia and we got this base as well. So there's no way that this plane is just unmonitored and randomly crashing into the ocean with nobody finding it. No chance. There's no chance. They're like, oh, it flew for like 6 hours down here. Nobody's tracking it. We got Diego Garcia right here. Is that? Oh, yeah, there it is. Diego Garcia is right here. And we got Pine Gap right over here. I guarantee there's not some random gaps in their coverage either. Hydrophones would have heard it. Yeah. Yeah, plus, do people realize how big a 777 is? They're huge, man. They can hold 300 people. 300. Look how big these planes are. They're gigantic. This is a gigantic plane. Plane this size doesn't just crash into the ocean. Let's see some scale. Oh, these are all 777s? I want to see it compared to other planes. Plane. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this is what I want. Is that a Lockheed Martin? What is this? Pinterest? Oh my God, Pinterest. Not like this Pinterest. Why? Why is it like this? Why are you like this, Google and Pinterest? My God. Here we go. Reddit, aviation. Here we go. Here we go, folks. Oh, these are not even commercial planes. But this gives you some idea of how small some of these planes are. I'm guessing the 777 is like this one right here. Yeah. Failure. Failure incarnate. Here we go. These aren't 777s either. I want this one. Here you guys go. Nope, that's also not going to cut it. How about this one? There we go. Look how big this 777-200 is, ER. That's the one right there. It's almost as big as a 747. 747s are double deckers. I've actually flown on 747s before. Double decker. Usually in the United States, if you fly Southwest, you're flying a 757 pretty much every single time. One of these bad boys right here. Look how much bigger this plane is. It's gigantic. Or usually, like if you're Southwest, you might be flying a 737 or 757. These planes are huge. Gigantic plane. 300 people can fit in this plane. 747 probably can fit about the same amount. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, what questions do we have here before I go to sleep, guys? Yeah, the radar range on these bases has got to be gigantic, man. Thousands of miles. The reason why they're recording the orbs is because A, they're recording the plane. They're already tracking it before the orbs show up. So they're tracking the plane because it's an operation. But they're also tracking the plane because they want to get intelligence on it, right? They want to get intelligence on what they're looking at. They want to make sure it works. Hell, it may be that the people who are tracking the plane don't even know about the operation. There's a lot of possibilities we just can't say with any level of certainty. Christopher Boyce. Who's that? Jeremy's always giving me good people to check into. Christopher John Boyce. Defense industry employee was convicted of selling... Oh. Hello. Convicted of selling U.S. satellite secrets in the 70s. He worked with the NRO. Huh. Ooh, including Vital Pine Gap. The CIA tried to remove this guy, the Prime Minister of Australia. Whoa. This is a good one. Alien scientists always coming up with the spicy stuff, huh? God, I never thought I would learn this much about satellites, folks. He's the reason we know about Pine Gap? Wow. I'll have to look up this other base tomorrow. Elephant Room. Remind me about that one tomorrow, Jeremy. Getting too tired to track all this. Okay. Anyway, I want to... He escaped? How do people escape from prison? Never makes any sense. He escaped from prison. And then he carried out 17 bank robberies? He was on the run for over a year? He was on the run for a year and a half? In the 80s? This is wild. Okay, this is a wild case, man. This is a wild case, dude. 68-year sentence? So this was what, in the 80s? So he's still in prison. Damn. He's in Minnesota? 1988, he was transferred out of... He was in solitary confinement for 6 years. He was almost killed by an inmate. Jesus. This is dark. He's in Oregon? Oh, he was released? He served 25 years, dude. $25 years. Whoa. Well, that's a crazy story. How's that not been made into a movie yet? How's that not been made into a movie? Problem is that information's probably outdated now. Imagine what they can do now, man. Imagine it. I'm telling you, these videos might be one of the only situations where information was leaked to the public ever. We're gonna close out by watching the videos one more time, and then I'm gonna go get some sleep. We'll come back to this tomorrow. We got to finish up all pertinent evidence tomorrow. We got to finish it up tomorrow. We'll take some more notes. Yeah, alien scientist is definitely onto some stuff. I'm not sure I'm all in on the M8 or on the 9/11 stuff, but man, I'm falling down rabbit holes, man. We're falling down rabbit holes down here. At this point, I don't know. And I haven't even got into all the autopilot stuff yet from the 9/11 stuff, which people argue that they use like not autopilot, which I don't know, man. I'm like, are we looking at the sentient program here? Is this the sentient program? We've proven now that they can do nighttime video just like what we're looking at here. This can easily be nighttime. I'd even argue the fact that we don't see shadows anywhere is like proof this is nighttime. You can tell the plane is darker underneath right here. A lot of people ask, how is this MH370? Well, it's light on the top and darker on the bottom. This is just like MH370. Ripple Moon. Yeah, no, what are you talking about, man? Chill out. Yeah, plane just literally disappears. Man, I wish there were not orbs in this video, man. I wish this was just a video of the plane. Because then we could just solve MH370 and nobody would be like on our ass about it. They'd be like, yeah, this is obviously a video that was leaked of MH370. But no, we got to have some damn orbs and we got to have some teleportation technologies got to exist. And therefore nobody can believe it's real. Otherwise, everyone would be on board with this. And they'd be like, oh, it's obviously a fire. Look at this smoke coming out of the back. Because, like, that's just obviously what you would think this is. It's just gone. It's just literally gone. Straight up gone from space-time. How are people still arguing we're looking at 2D clouds? Look at me just moving the time back and forth. You can see the clouds move. You can see the clouds distorting. You can see this cloud distorting. All the different clouds are distorting accurately. Someone put visual effect to make the clouds distort accurately in a three-dimensional pattern. Like, you can even see these clouds distorting. Like, every cloud is distorting when we move back and forth here during this frame. Kidding me? Look at all the clouds while I do this, guys. Pick any cloud you want. You can see them moving. All the stuff over here accurately moving. Like, what do they think they're doing? They think they applied some general VFX in 2014 to make it do this? Let's look at this frame over here. You can see, look at this. Look at the cloud. And some of this is definitely artifacts, possibly. But you can see some of the clouds move, especially where the plane goes over them, like over here. You can see these clouds wiggling here. And this is only for a few seconds. Look at this cloud right here. You can see this cloud right here move. You can see this cloud right here move. Watch this cloud where I've got it circled over here. You see it move? You can actually watch the cloud move. That's not artifact. The cloud's literally moving right there. Look at this cloud move right here. It's only like 2 seconds, and it's moving. How are people saying the clouds are two-dimensional? The only thing I can get behind is like maybe some of the pixelation in the cloud is like artifact, but you can actually see like this becomes more volumetric right here. Like right here it becomes more volumetric. You see that? You can see the cloud change right here. You can see the cloud change. This isn't pixelation. It's literally the clouds changing. They're like, oh, it's an artifact. What? What are you talking about? And then we have another video in perfect synchronization from a completely different angle. Completely different angle. Which is obviously an MQ1C drone. Some people think it's an MQ9. I think it's an MQ1C. And it's clearly being manually tracked. They're not using automatic tracking. Someone's actually controlling the camera here. Like, this is what it would actually look like if you're actually controlling a camera. This isn't like randomly, it's not randomly moving around. Dude's like literally trying to keep the plane in focus and not able to do so because he's zooming in. Yeah, probably went to Diego Garcia. I think a lot of people think that the people could have survived. I don't know how. We tried to wonder if we could see like heat signatures inside the plane. But I think most people argue that you can't see inside because of the shell of the plane. So we wouldn't be able to see the heat signatures of the people inside, unfortunately. The only way this can happen is if they have some kind of inertial mass reduction, which could allow the people to survive from a physics perspective. Because what happens to the people inside the plane is not the same as what we see from the outside. From their perspective, they're just going to appear somewhere else. They're not going to feel anything. From our perspective, they're just gone. They've gone somewhere else. They could even show up in the future. Physics is crazy, man. Physics is crazy. It's not exothermic in the satellite. No, I know you know the answer to these questions, man. Stop asking the questions you already know the answer to, man. It's like you're just trolling me, man. This is a thermal camera that's used, that is an IR camera. They put a thermal layer over so that we can see more detail of what's happening. When we're looking in the satellite video, we're not looking in heat. We're not looking at a thermal layer here. This is being used to track objects. So most likely this is just colored in a way where people can track the objects regardless of if it's hot or cold. Okay? And because this is a false color IR, because this is a computer program, they can have it be whatever color they want. It's not beholden to black equals hot or whatever. The idea here is that you want to track the objects. When you want advanced intelligence, then you're looking at something like this. This is where you're looking at for your detailed intelligence about what the temperatures are, etc. I guess it's important that we have to repeat that over and over and over and over again every single time. I probably said that like 1,000 times. Because the reality is a lot of this is just, it's a propaganda war. It's an information war. Wow, chat. Wow, okay. Not every day that you have a fire happen. Okay, would I talk to David Icke? Sure. I don't know what David Icke's known for. How come I don't hear anything? Oh, I do. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Good call on keeping the stream going, right? Are we comparing ages here? It's getting weird. It's getting weird in the chat. Okay. Whew. We lived. I don't remember what we were talking about, folks. But fire alarms at night. Kind of scary. Yeah, that was crazy. The fire department got here really quick, though. They got here really quick. Within like 5 minutes, they were here. Yeah, so I want to address a couple things before I go to sleep. I'll probably edit out all the stuff with the fire out. Two things I want to address. One is cloaking. I think that cloaking would be an easier sell than teleportation from a scientific perspective, for sure. People could believe in cloaking, but we're not looking at cloaking here, guys. That's not cloaking. There's easier way to cloak things without having 3 orbs surround them into an endothermic event, right? So unfortunately, just cloaking just doesn't add up, especially because the fact in the satellite video the smoke stops, right? Or maybe exhaust, whatever it is. I don't really care. If this exhaust kept going, I would be a much happier person. Because I'd be like, oh, well, it's obviously a cloaking event that was happening. But no, this exhaust just stops. Poof, right there. If this exhaust kept going, I'd be like, oh, okay, cloaking. No problem, right? It's just gone. And the drone operator and the operator here who's logged into this Citrix session, like they know that it's not cloaking as well. That's why they scroll over like this. They're like, hey, yeah, this isn't cloaking. It's just straight up gone. No more smoke. The other thing is I think it's Dick Gregory or whatever his name is, Dickie Gregory, something like that. The thing about that thing is that, like, he's right about Diego Garcia probably. Like, I don't think it's a mystery on why everybody says the plane went to Diego Garcia. Like, that's probably where the plane went. It just didn't go there by conventional means. It wasn't autopiloted there. Although, I can't rule out autopilot. So, just a spoiler, when I do my write-up of Captain Dan Hanley, autopilot is certainly within the realm of possibility here. We can't say for sure. Now, when I look at this, I think that because of the Mayday call, the Chinese-only Mayday call, this is most likely being manually operated. But let's say that everybody inside gets liquefied from this event. It's possible on the other side that they manually control the plane and land it. So there's definitely an aspect where remote control could be at play here. I can't rule that out, right? That's not a completely irrational thing. When we're talking about teleportation, literal teleportation of a 777, it would be hypocritical of me to not at least consider remote control. And they're definitely, yeah, there is just, I want to be honest with you guys, even before I saw these videos, years before these videos, I was already convinced they could remote control an airplane. There was, and a lot of these cases in the news, they get brushed under the rug, but I remember specifically a part where somebody hacked into those entertainment systems and they were able to remote control a plane with like their cell phone. Now, I don't know if that got brushed under the rug or what have you, but I've always assumed that that was possible because it's a computer. I mean, of course you can hack into it, right? And it's got autopilot. Of course you can hack into it. Whether or not it's a completely separate system, like, that's not really going to be a limitation. So I have no problem believing autopilot's possible, okay? But the patent thing, yes, I think there could be an aspect where patents are involved in this, but it just doesn't make sense. This is too big of an event to risk for just money, right? There's easier ways to make people disappear. If you're trying to make people disappear so that you can control a patent, this isn't how you do it. This isn't how you do it. Honestly, what Jeremy just said is a really good point. Mick West was never skeptical of the official theory, which isn't even really an official theory. That's what people don't understand. The official narrative is they don't know what happened to the plane. The theories out there that this plane was hijacked by, or that it was a suicide pilot, these have just as much weight as teleportation. They're just theories that are out there that people came up with. They're not supported by any hard evidence. And it's interesting that people don't want to be skeptical of that. I actually asked Mick West, what do you think happened to the plane? His response was, I wasted enough time with you. What? He sent one tweet. How much time has he wasted? He's probably spent hundreds of hours trying to debunk these videos. He can't send me one tweet that tells me what he thinks happened to the plane. The problem is these people don't apply the same level of scrutiny to these various narratives that they should be scrutinizing, right? So yeah, I mean, if you are a 9/11, I should be careful about what I say so I don't get demonetized, but if you are a 9/11 conspiracy minded type person, then there's a lot of overlap between what we have happening going on here, right? From one perspective, you could say the remote autopilot could be one thing that I can't get past, which probably when Jeremy and I have our stream where we talk about some of those conspiracy theories, one thing I can't get past is that the terrorists were only rated for small Cessna planes when they learned how to fly. How are they flying 757s? It's a completely different plane. That does kind of bug me a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. I'm afraid to fall down the rabbit hole, folks. I'm very afraid. There was, what was the other patent that we saw today? Damn, did I not save it? Did I not save the other patent? Hold on. Let me look. Oh, I did save it. I did save it. Here we go. Patent that was awarded that could lead to energy generation and teleportation by Michael Boyd. Jeremy, do you know about this guy? Is this guy full of crap or not? Michael, what was his middle name? We were like trying to find out about him. He's got some random company. He's like a contractor. Michael E. Boyd. He was like a janitor and became a physicist. Where's the part? Part of this thing is teleportation. Where is it? Propulsion. Teleportation. Teleportation devices using mass spin valve gravity rectification that converts electromagnetism with mass energy using quantum entanglement into electromagnetism and back into mass energy so as to transport matter and energy to another distant location without alteration. Cha-ching, folks. I'm probably going to make a post about this tomorrow. I mean, look at just read the quote right here. I'm going to read it again. Teleportation devices using mass spin valve gravity rectification that converts electromagnetism with mass energy using quantum entanglement into electromagnetism and back to mass energy so as to transport matter and energy to another distant location without alteration. Without alteration. I'm trying not to fall down the 9/11 conspiracies, guys, because the reality is, first of all, you're going to get yourself demonetized and completely shadow banned for any of that stuff. Like, definitely. And second of all, I'm just trying not to fall down those conspiracy theories. But honestly, I'm starting to just wonder if I just don't go all in on some of this stuff, because I'm starting to wonder if maybe I just don't go all in on the politics stuff and just let it all come out. And starting to wonder if I just don't go all in on some of the conspiracy stuff too, because if they're making 777s teleport and they're covering it up, then what else are they doing, man? What else are they doing? It's not really that hard for me to believe that they're doing some other sketchiness. Like, this is a major, major, major conspiracy. And what I'm probably gonna have to tell Tim Pool too is, like, just think of the ramifications. Just think of the ramifications. Just the monetary ramifications alone of the U.S. doing this are billions of dollars. Just the lawsuits alone would be maybe $100 billion if we're just throwing money out there. This could be a $100 billion lawsuit. And that's not even including the prison time for the people who have been, like, committing these crimes, right? Yeah, I'm definitely not going to conflate conspiracy theories at all. I don't plan to do that. I think that's a big mistake people make. If you believe in a conspiracy, you should not be trying to conflate it to other conspiracies. I think that Matthias Chang doing that's a bad idea. I think that even Captain Dan Hanley doing that's a bad idea. Just separate your theories out. Let them all stand on their own, right? And also, just because one conspiracy is true doesn't mean that all conspiracies are true. Each one needs to be addressed on its merits. Like, even if this is a conspiracy, this doesn't mean that the moon is fake. It doesn't mean that 9/11 was a conspiracy, even though these things might be. I don't know. It doesn't mean that the Maui fires are a conspiracy. You know, we have to be very careful about jumping down into every single conspiracy theory is true. You just need to address each one exactly like Jeremy, Alien Scientist says. It's just case-by-case basis, guys. Case-by-case basis. The thing is, we know quantum teleportation is real. So let me go back to my list. Since I'm all hyped up now from the thing, science, Quantum teleportation is real. Time dilation is real. I think these are the two aspects that we need to teach people. Some people don't even realize that time dilation is real, guys. Some people don't even realize that time dilation is real. A lot of people don't realize that quantum teleportation is real. To me, just these two things alone tell me that macro scale teleportation is not outside the realm of possibility. And I think we actually have evidence that we were able to teleport. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Physicists entangle individual molecules. This is macro scale teleportation. Now, it's very small macro scale, but we're actually entangling molecules here. When was this posted? December 2nd, 7th. Look at this. Look at how recent some of this science is. Is there any wonder why we couldn't understand these videos to be real until 2023? Some of this science has only come out in the middle of the investigation. Yeah, people don't realize the USAF, the United States Air Force, actually spent money commissioning teleportation study. Eric W. Davis, I actually quoted him early on. Eric W. Davis talks about like 5 different kinds of teleportation. The scary part is this science is just out there. And everybody just thinks it's magical, but it's just out there in the open. All you have to do is just go look at it. When Dave Rossi wrote the paper that I posted, and it just turns out it's Alcubierre Drive, I'm like, wait, what? Like that? I knew about Alcubierre Drive. That's what this is? You're right. Good call, alien scientist. I might have to ping you about some more stuff, man. I really do need to mention that. That's a good call. Let me put that on the thing. Dave Rossi, I'll probably mention that. I'm going to lean on him for a lot of the science stuff. Dave and I are going to chat like either the night before or one of these days before for probably like a few hours, and we're going to get down our talking points to make sure that we've got it. Because 2 hours is not like enough time to do all this stuff, so we've got to really be efficient about the talking points. Plus, you know, Tim's going to talk for like 25 to 50% of it. Kind of like when I did, Alex Jones. You've got to have your stuff high and tight. You got to just be shooting the information out there. I don't know. Oh, Tim Pool's going to be on Friday, guys. Friday. We finally got final confirmation on it. I wanted to announce it earlier, but I didn't have final confirmation. So, yeah, I'm going to be on me and Dave Rossi are going to be on Culture Wars. So just as a quick heads up, I was invited onto Culture Wars, and I asked if I can bring Dave Rossi with. Because A, he's becoming very quickly one of my best friends, and B, because I think he's one of the people that understands the science really better than anyone. He has the pedigree. He's a DoD contractor. So the way he explains it, plus he's super humble and nice guy. Just an all-around great dude. And plus, I just think that, like, I don't know the time. I'll post the time, guys, when I figure it out. There's the old guard. The old guard is like falling out of favor, right? When it comes to UFOlogy, a lot of these people are getting old. A lot of the scientists are getting old. There's going to be new people coming. Dave's only 25 years old. He's probably going to be a major figure for decades to come. I could see Dave Rossi, if he doesn't get disappeared by the government, I could see him being like a really, really prominent engineer in the future, right? He's just a really, really smart dude. And what's going to happen is we got to get rid of these old people that think that, like, oh, teleportation's too crazy, right? We need people that are like understanding the advanced propulsion is real, and that, like Dave says, like even Sal says, like people that are looking at old physics with a new mindset. People like alien scientists who is developing and pulling in scientists that are part of APEC that are looking for advanced propulsion and alternate propulsion mechanisms. Like, that's what we need. TSA won't let me stream at work. Guys, I'll try to find a link, but it's going to be recorded. Yeah, it's like at Timcast. You can find links to his stuff. We were able to find the link to the God, I already forgot his name. I'm a little too late. We were able to find links to the one where we got the shout out, so it's going to be out there. You guys will be able to get access to it. Yeah, I can't believe Dave's only 25. I actually can't believe it. I keep thinking that, like, he must have figured out the way to reverse aging. I'm pretty sure he might have figured out a way. It makes more sense than everything else. So, yeah. So we'll finish this up probably tomorrow. I'm not going to give all the personal details, but the thing is on Friday, so you can kind of guess when I'll be flying out. I'm probably not going to be streaming for several days around the interview because I'm going to be in hotels and what have you. But I want to get this stuff done. So we need to get the all evidence finished up tomorrow, and then I'm probably going to post a new version of it. I might post a new version on the conspiracy Reddit, although I feel like I'm getting less and less traction there, and I feel like people are kind of over it, so maybe not. I don't know. Plus, I just don't care about Reddit at all anymore. What did we, guys, what did we FOIA? It was audio and was it audio and communications? No, Dave and I are probably gonna get drunk. I could see it happening. I could definitely see it happening. I'm gonna have him teach me like everything he knows. Everything he knows. Oh, call signs. We're going to find a way to FOIA something related to this. Oh, yeah, radio. Radio. Good call. Thank you, James. Thank you, James. We're going to find a way to FOIA something. They're going to give us something. And if they don't, then we're going to have so many rejected FOIAs that people will like, can anyone give me any rational explanation for why MH370 stuff would be denied based on the basis of national defense? I can't come up with any other reason why this stuff's getting rejected on the basis of national defense. Yeah, I don't trust the government at all anymore. Put on the Sea of Stars OST. I don't want to get copyright striked. I'm gonna listen to that after this though. Ooh, it does look good, though. Does look good. Okay. Anything else for tonight? Any other last questions? Let me see. Yeah, thanks, Barry. Thanks, everybody who was hanging out tonight. God, you guys hung out even after I was gone for like 20 minutes on the fire. It's hilarious, man. You guys are you're dedicated. I appreciate you guys. I just want to let you know I appreciate everybody out there. I even appreciate the debunkers out there who are watching, and I know you are. Appreciate everybody who's been keep following up with the case. I think we all know there's something else going on with this case. There's more going on to this than meets the eye. I don't think we'd be able to explain all this science if there wasn't something happening here. Yeah, this is the list of the rejected FOIAs already. We're putting in the evidence. We're going to have a lot of rejected FOIAs. National Geospace Agency, we FOIA'd them too. I'm sure they're going to give us back the same rejection. We have to find some inroad where we can get a FOIA to come across. We can get it in there. And just for the record, I'm not shifting to Ripple Moon. That's kind of a joke. That was kind of a New Year's joke. Although I do want to know why the moon has lunar waves on it or whatever you call it. I like to call it Ripple Moon, but I do. If someone can actually explain that to me, I would actually love an answer. One that doesn't involve a holographic moon would be preferable. Because that's pretty damn weird. Pretty damn weird. Let's see here. Yeah. So, NOAA, maybe. I'll have to think about the NOAA thing. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go to sleep. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out tonight. Yeah, it's pretty late. I got to get some sleep for tomorrow. I also have to work tomorrow. So I probably will try to post a couple posts in between my breaks and my lunchtime that I have pre-prepared. I'm probably going to post that scientific paper, that patent that we have here. I may post this physics entangling thing as well. I haven't decided. I'll probably post this stuff in the morning. I just love the science, man. Yeah, alien scientists, I'll pass on the scientists to you. We'll use them like used whores. It's not really YouTube appropriate, but yeah, we'll pass them around, you know, like we're in Amsterdam at the red light district. We'll just pass them around. Yeah, I think that we might get more people to come forward. I think that would be great because the science is what intrigues me, man. That's what I like a lot, is the science side of it. Also, if you guys decide to do more LK99, let me know. I don't know where you're located, but I'd fly out there for that. So even just to watch and record it. And not to judge too much, but I feel like if you upgrade your production quality a little bit, like set up like an unofficial studio, I think that it would help a little bit. Just my personal opinion. Anyway, guys, love you all. Have a great night. Get some good sleep, and we will be back tomorrow with more of the same. Good night, everyone. Peace.